One of the main reasons that most people fail to reach their weight loss goals is that they get hungry, very hungry, so hungry that they end up cheating on their diet. Has that ever happened to you? It has definitely happened to me. I will show you how you can eat more. I get to eat this entire meal, feel fuller, still enjoy the foods that you love while reaching your weight loss goals. Personally, I feel the hungriest in the evening. During that time, I'm usually at home, I'm working on my computer, and it's easy for me to get bored, get up, and reach for a snack. So one of my strategies when I'm trying to lose weight is to save enough of my calories for the end of the day. Intermittent fasting is of course a good way to do this, or what I like to do is eat smaller meals so that I have more room for snacks at the end of the day. Some of my favorite snacks are peanut butter, rice cakes, protein puddings, oranges, strawberries, or even edamame. That is the first strategy that I use to make weight loss easier. Proper timing of meals can really break it or make it when it comes to sticking to a diet. This here is the hunger scale, and if I was starving, I would never be able to stick to a diet. Personally, I always try to stay between 4 and 6 on the scale when I'm trying to lose weight and avoid the danger zone at any cost. I actually eat 3 smaller meals and 1 to 2 snacks a day to try and keep my energy levels and my hunger consistent throughout the day. However, this process isn't perfect, and it has definitely happened to me that I would fall down to 3 on the scale sometimes when I go for a really long gym session or a longer walk. And when that happens, I would usually come back home feeling tired, hungry, and cranky. Definitely crankier before meals, super tired and low energy, feeling like I need to eat right away. What has really helped me is to think about this when I'm doing groceries and get some quick options that I can reach for in those cases. For example, tuna, Greek yogurt, hummus, protein pudding, anything that I can whip up in 5 minutes. I also like to meal prep, but not the meal prep you're thinking. It's a really much more of a lazy meal prep where I just meal prep my chicken or some veggies. Other than using my hunger as a reference to where to time my meals, I also like to time my meals based on the activity that I'm going to be doing. So for example, I'm usually slow to get up, slow to start my day, so I don't need as many carbs in the morning. I usually go for eggs in a toast with cottage cheese. That's my staple breakfast for the last 30 days, I won't lie to you. That way I save most of my carbs for before my workouts or when I'm feeling like I need a sweet snack. It's not that you can't eat processed foods when you're trying to lose weight, but how I see it is that, let's say you had a certain amount of money and you wanted to buy something. You could buy something really expensive but very, very small, or you could buy a few bigger, more affordable pieces. It's the same thing with food. That's why I choose whole foods over processed foods. The other thing is that processed foods will have more sugar, sodium, and fats, which can influence food cravings. So I eat a lot of fruits, veggies, nuts, eggs. I do include some processed foods like rice and bread, but I like to eat everything in moderation. Fun fact, it actually takes our bodies almost double the energy to break down foods that are less processed and higher in fiber. On top of that, whole foods are usually lower in calories, and that is how you're able to eat more food for the same amount of calories. I actually went vegan for 30 days last year and discovered the benefit of eating more fiber. Fiber slows down the digestion and absorption of carbohydrates, and for me, that meant that I had a lot less cravings for sugar and especially chocolate. It basically prevents a spike in your blood sugar, and it takes longer to digest, which keeps us fuller for longer. It is also a lot harder to overeat on veggies due to the high volume and high fiber. My strategy when trying to lose weight is to eat the same meals that I'm used to and that I love, but add in veggies to make them lower calories. That way it feels like I'm eating the same amount of food, but for less calories. And as my diet progresses and my calories lower, I have to get more and more inventive with my meals and make them higher and higher volume so that I can feel full. So an example of this is I might start my diet having 100 grams of rice with my meal, and then as my diet progresses, I might swap half the rice for peas, for example, which are higher protein and lower calories. And as my diet progresses even further, towards the end, I might just be having peas instead of rice. That has been an absolute game changer for me when it comes to losing weight, but also when it comes to sustaining it. Going vegan for 30 days also made me realize how important a high protein diet could be. This is especially true when trying to lose weight because the goal is to lose fat and keep muscle so that we can get that toned looking physique. And protein by far keeps me the fullest. It takes longer to digest, even longer than fiber. This is part of the reason why I'm no longer vegan. I find that an all-inclusive diet is what makes me feel the fullest, and I find it's the easiest to maintain. That doesn't mean that I don't recommend including some vegan sources of protein into our diets, because they're so high in fiber. Really what works best for me is the combination of high protein and high fiber diet. So let me show you some of the ways that I like to make my favorite foods high protein so that I can still enjoy them but look way leaner. First, protein pancakes are a game changer. If you haven't tried them yet, you are missing out. The other thing I love to make are protein French toast, also super easy to make and high in protein. I also have high protein lentil or chickpea pasta every week, and I love to meal prep fried chicken with some cornflakes. It's like the healthy version of it. Basically, any recipe you love can be made high protein and it will taste 90% the same. If you are looking for low calorie, high protein recipes, you can watch this video next.